Hello, everyone. Welcome to Onyx Earth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So, we're back with another pick a card reading. It's timeless. We're not looking at love cards today. I don't think we are, but the goal is no, right? Because we are back with this bird series. I'm really excited about today. I got the call that today we're channeling these new spirits, and I've been wanting to do this for maybe 2 weeks, and I've been actively trying to film this one for about a week, okay? Now, this is going to be an analogy for something, right? Because the story goes, the very thing that stopped me from filming this specific video, right? Something was moving, right? Good things, right? Good things in life, right? Like we have shifts and all of the things. So good things were taking flight, right? And I'm like, well, let me concentrate here and I'll put this on the back burner, this specific reading. And then the very thing that was moving, right, that made me put this off is the thing that today there was a completely random delay with, that was like, no, it's time to do this other thing. And I say that because these messages that are non-love based are a little different when it comes to channeling those, because it's broader, right? I'm looking at your whole life, your life purpose, all the things, versus just somebody you're interested in, which is more like a fun kind of a thing, even though those are helpful too. So yeah, that's going to be an analogy for something. The delay that stopped me from getting these important messages out was the very thing that got delayed when it was in fact time for these messages. And there are a lot of things that happen in between then and there that make sense, right? It makes sense. So one of the things that I like to remind everyone is, doesn't matter how much you try to control and manipulate in all of the variety of ways, what's meant to happen is meant to happen exactly the way that it's meant to happen. So you can do whatever you want to shift things, right? Control things. But at the end of the day, it's just a deviated path to the same destination that, I mean, at the end of the day, you were gonna get there, right? So yeah. So I'm gonna say, let's just take a look at what blessings are going to be revealed, what good karma, what positive surprises. We like to throw that word luck in there. It makes you all feel good. But I do want to make sure, because this is a non-love reading, I'm going to say it in the intro for those of you that are new here. I read past, present, as well as incoming energy. And I often, especially here, read from a polarity, which means there's a light and a dark side, right? A light and a shadow. You just have to find yourself in the lesson, in the journey. And yes, you can be both sides in multiple areas of life. And yes, you can be both sides within the same pile at different timelines, okay? So, yeah, and you'll understand that more clearly as you get to the piles. The beautiful thing about here, these birds are 100% ready to speak. I couldn't find this deck. I use it for every bird reading because there's another deck that wants to speak. So bear with me as we interpret this deck, because it's detailed enough to where I can't always channel the full depth. Like, the creator was such a gifted writer and all the things that I like to incorporate the book because the messages are so in depth and intricate, okay? So this will hopefully help you out. All of your birds jumped out of the deck as I was cleansing it. So I saw the canary already. I saw an eagle. It's not the eagle on the thumbnail, but I saw an eagle. And I also saw symbols that let me know that both the parrot and peacock are also ready to speak today. So I'm excited to see what I'm going to share with you all. All right, so for those of you that are visually impaired, or if you simply like to listen to me describe each pile so that you can choose that way, the time is now. Pile number 1 is the yellow canary. Pile number 2 is the African gray parrot. Pile number 3 is the white peacock. Pile number 4 is the golden eagle. I'll give you a moment to make your selection. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile number one, my yellow canary. Let's see what blessings are going to be revealed. Any good karma, positive surprises, and like I said, we throw that word luck in there because it like everyone likes it. It makes everyone feel good, right? So, yeah, for those of you that are new, I read past, present, as well as incoming energy, and I often read from a polarity, which means there's a light and a shadow. You just have to find yourself in the lesson, in the journey, okay? Um, I love this little yellow canary. I don't know, something about it. It feels really sweet. So I'm gonna see what's going on here. I don't know. I don't know what I'm waiting for. But the energy stepping into this yellow canary, those of you that selected it, it's just I don't know. I feel like I'm waiting for something. So let me see what's going on here. Okay. Let me see what's going on with my yellow canary spirit. So for those of you that are new, I know I keep saying that, and even if you're not, this is a reminder. This is a series. There is a playlist on the channel. So it's going to be a fun little treat. Those of you where the piles you were previously selecting kept having this yellow canary jump out, then here's your time to shine. If you were just called to the yellow canary and you end up like picking other animal spirits in the future or just whenever you feel like it, if you feel like it, if you stumble upon that yellow canary card, then you'll know you're in your right place, right space, because this is a bird that pushed itself. That's actually the interesting thing about today. Normally, like I'll see externally signs that okay, there's a birth of a certain bird or animal spirit that wants to be in these readings, right? And I'm giving you the backstory because it will be relevant. It's going to help you kind of. I heard the I'm seeing okay. There's a certain group of you that I'm seeing the word innocence, okay? So as I channel energies, as I start shuffling your cards, I'm seeing the word innocence. So, and I know that that's a bird associated with innocence, but something about you, watch that when we talk about the shadow, because we have that naive energy that comes in with that innocence, okay? So just watch it, because that is also a shadow of that, right? And I say that because, I don't know, I'm just giving you the backstory, I'm giving you the rundown, and I feel like I'm over-explaining to you in a way where maybe you need to be over-explained to, or people feel like they need to over-explain to you because they may not feel like you're not grasping certain things. So watch that, okay? Watch it. But in a way that may be relevant, the story that I was telling you just now is normally when I put a new bird on there, it's like, oh, we were seeing symbols, or people keep bringing it up to me, right? Or like, yeah, I'll see it externally, out and about, on signage, on the internet, things like that. And that's how I know. This specific bird is one that kept jumping out of the deck in other readings. I've not seen this bird anywhere except on the table during these types of readings. So that's maybe it's an analogy for something, okay? Maybe it means you're sheltered and you don't like go outside, so I can only find the people selecting this pile inside on the table, right? Tell me more, okay? What blessings will be revealed, good karma, positive surprises for my canary spirit, okay? I'm having a difficult time with the grip. You may struggle. Oh, yeah, see, watch that, okay? I'm not leading with this being a shadow pile. It's absolutely not. The canary spirit is so sweet that it's not going to be a shadow pile. I'll see what's at the bottom in a second, okay? But it will be a developmental pile for sure. You've got this cute little piglet, right? Use your mind wisely. What did we just get through channeling, right? So if you're new and this is your first time here, I channel a lot more than I read the details of the cards. The details of the cards support me, but when it comes to your energy and me channeling, you know, half the time the cards come out after. So use your mind wisely. So there's a certain nuance that you need to make sure you're taking the time to develop. I don't know what area of life I'm talking about, but you need to use your mind wisely. And I know I'm saying it like it's a warning, a little bit, but the beauty is we talk about what blessings are going to be revealed, what good karma, positive surprises is your development here. You're going to learn to use your mind a lot more wisely, right? You're going to learn more discernment. You're going to be a little more quick-witted, right? And I don't say that to mean that you aren't. I'm saying everything is relative. So whatever environment you're in, or spaces you're in, or even just the people you encounter or spend a lot of time with, there, yeah, I heard it too, for confirmation. We're gonna need emphasis here. So whether you prioritize emotional, some of you, because you watch a lot of these, spirit, right? Got a little itch in my throat. You're going to learn how to use your mind, and you're going to learn how to communicate a lot more effectively. Okay? A lot more effectively. Okay, and I'm also seeing that cute pig as a little piggy bank. So look at you. I do see some wealth. Okay, lay a solid foundation. Look at you. This feels like my pile of people that may be a little disorganized, maybe a little all over the place, day to day. With this beaver spirit, you're going to ground. Okay, we're looking to ground this energy. So the blessing coming in will either directly be either be, look, I can't even get my words together. So some of you are really going to learn how to communicate more effectively, for sure. That's going to be critical, right? It may feel challenging, but it's not negotiable. Okay. In you learning this that's on my table, you're going to see a lot of blessings. Honestly, even if it doesn't feel like it at first, this in and of itself will be a blessing, right? Being able to use your mind a lot more wisely, having a solid foundation, grounding yourself, right? Knowing what's going on and how, and speaking very clearly, right? Because another aspect, because there's two sides of this shadow. There's a side of the shadow that is kind of a little naive, flowy, not grounded, not thinking, right? Not because of a lack of competence, but just not, right? Not paying attention or whatever. The other side is kind of a, I don't want to call it conniving, that's excessive, but there's a side where it's like you're not using your mind wisely, you're not laying a solid foundation, because you're kind of, there's a bit of a, I guess for an analogy, I'll use a serpent underlying tone here, where there's an ungrounded energy, because you're trying to be witty, you're trying to be clever in a way where you possibly may be trying to get over, right? Like that's just the only way I know how to describe the energy, right? It's the energy is so flowy that I'm having a difficult time putting into words. It's kind of like not like talking in circles, dancing in circles, not having a foundation, because a foundation, if you have one of those, you can see the holes, you can see the plot holes, you can see where the inefficiencies here, right? If you don't have a foundation, you can't see where things are going wrong. If you don't have a foundation, you can't see where things aren't working, right? You can't see where someone's trying to get over. It's like a magician, like a magic trick, right? Where you hide certain things so that you can get over. That's kind of the shadow on the intentional side of the shadow versus the not paying attention side. So what I really like, lighter side, which the shadow eventually ascends to, whether in this pile or a different spirit animal, piggy bank, beaver spirit, right? The beaver dam, that's not going anywhere, right? The solid foundation, right? It's sturdy, it's not going anywhere, because it's made with the best intentions, and it's made with the most intellectual intentions, right? Like it's smart, whatever it is. I'm this could be an analogy for a variety of things that I'm bringing up, but the energy is so flowy that I'm not gonna lie, I'm having difficulty grounding in the lighter side of this pile, because again, there's an energy of disillusion, of not paying attention and not fully being aware of what's going on around you, which could be, for a variety of reasons. And then there's that other side of manipulating the things around you so that people can't quite see what's going on. So the whole energy stepping in feels shaky, right? It feels shaky and ungrounded, which is funny because I actively grounded before starting this reading. So look at you. So let me pull from this magical botanical oracle. Let me see more. Like, what are these blessings, good karma, positive surprises? You're going to be organized. I heard some of you are going to get in shape. Look at you. Your life is going to flow much better, right? All the areas that aren't working for you, where you're feeling frustrated and you don't quite know why, you'll figure out why and fix it. Look at you. I love opposite. I'm not gonna lie. It's a good thing, because it feels like resolution of things that aren't working, right? Because when you're in confusion, you don't know what's wrong. Like, you can't fix what's wrong if you don't even. It's kind of like let's go to the dumpster, right? Like, it's a chaos. It's chaos. It's a bunch of garbage. You don't know where to start to clean it up, right? So sometimes, in the most chaotic way, the truck comes along and you just dump it all out, and then you can bleach that joint down. So that's an analogy for something as well. Okay, just because I don't know that I've had a bird reading where the energy was this ungrounded. Look at you, my yellow canary. I can't believe the yellow canary was this energy. That's interesting. Look at you. Give me a card. Tell me more about these blessings and karma coming in for my yellow canary. What do we need to know here? I heard the words stable bank account. Ooh, okay. I heard the word stable bank account, stable home, because that's what that gave me, okay? Now we do have a reversal here. So what is this? The Witch's Garden. Hey, I don't mind that. I don't mind that because it's a reversal. So now, light and shadow always. The number 33 talks about a harvest. I'll call it a harvest because it is the garden card. It's the last card of the deck. It's what you get for all of the effort you've put in or not. Okay. In reverse, talks about a lack of a conclusion to something. Now, you have to be mindful of where you fall. I mentioned light, shadow. You have to know, because the result is literally going to be the opposite. And I don't say that to scare you. I say that because if you know where you are, you can pivot, right? You can pivot where you're meant to, right? And even if not, you complete the cycle, you complete the lesson, and guess what? You don't have to repeat it. So here, I don't want to say it. That's why I'm doing the stalling thing. Some of you are stalling because you know what's pending. Here on the shadow, there is a lack of a harvest, a lack of a bank, a lack of a solid foundation. So your ability to do that is going to determine, right, how far down the rabbit hole you are regarding this will determine, okay? Now, I see a very positive blessing where there is not a conclusion, there is not an ending, right? Because of a pivot, right? Where there's grounded energy, where there's development, especially mentally, right? I see a no ending, right? So you get what I'm saying. This in reverse means not a harvest in the worst sense. This in reverse means not a chaotic ending in the best sense. You see, that's what I mean by that. So let me see what's at the bottom here. Dandelion, make a wish. Look at you. I'm telling you. So some of you may dodge a bullet. And I don't mean that literally, but it could very well be for someone out there. I want the book. I don't need it for that one, but I do need it for this one. I want to see what this number 7 card has to say. Dandelion says, I am both joyful and strong, okay? And it talks about shining and playing and being successful. So enjoying what you're doing and also seeing success, okay? And it says success and fortune and business goals coming to fruition, okay? So it talks about being prosperous, being successful professionally, career-wise with your business, and enjoying it in the process, okay? That's what this talks about. So following that, it feels like not an ending and turning things around so that you're sitting in this energy where we talk professionally or just a relationship. It could truly be a relationship, right? It could, and it could be romantic or platonic, right? It could be any of those things that I'm getting coming through. And I'm sorry if this is your first time getting a reading from me. I'm struggling a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I'm struggling a lot because I did not expect this yellow canary to be so ungrounded. Look at you. I did not expect that. So let me pull from these tarot cards because I already have a gazillion decks on the table. So let me get some details and then we'll pull from some of these other oracle decks, okay? And close it out. I don't have that many. So tell me about this yellow canary. Honestly, some of you, this is it. This is all you really need to know. Like, right, if you don't lay a solid foundation, if you don't use your mind wisely, if you don't learn how to communicate, because I never stumble over my words this much, oh my goodness, then you're going to struggle, okay? You're going to struggle. If you work on that, it won't be as bad, okay? I say as bad because there's varying levels of polarities. Like some of you is going to be bad if you don't fix this. Some of you won't be as bad as you try to get developed. Some of you is completely avoidable if you make the pivot I'm suggesting, okay? I'm really struggling bad with my words. I never struggled this bad with my words. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What is this? What is going on? So let me just touch on my lighter side before I pull these cards. I'm sorry, because I don't really want this to be a completely shadow pile, because I really don't even see it that way. It's a developmental pile, exactly what I said. And I maybe some of you are going to be like, oh, you're just manipulating my words. And yeah, it takes one to know one, because I feel like this is that group. But I'm serious. I mean that genuinely. Like, this is a developmental pile. So the shadow is not a shadow of, oh, you're going to be punished, just retribution, things are going to go horribly. It's not. Like, anything bad shadow like that occurs from this energy, if you can't pivot, is not, it's literally so you can just be better, and like you'll advance more. It's like studying, right? Because that's what I'm leading with that, because the lighter side of this pile is someone that's growing and developing, and then looks back on like, hey, I got a degree, hey, I got a certification, all that hard work paid off. That's what I'm getting, and enjoying the process, right? Like, hey, look, I got a promotion because I was like working really hard, and it didn't feel like work. That's what I mean, right? Like, that's the lighter side of this pile. Like, I did the work, I was very honest about it, I gave it my all. I was very, I'm talking too much, because the next thing I was gonna say when I got the RAS was, I was very transparent about my limitations. I was very transparent about my strengths and my developmental curve. Like, I was very transparent. I did all the things I needed to do. Like, that's what I got. And I got the rasp when I started talking like that. So that's why the shadow is the shadow. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's why I mentioned that polarity, especially since you've got that Seven of Swords, which talks about thievery and being sneaky. If you fall on that end, stop it, okay? Like, I always believe in redemption, and I always believe that we can all develop and evolve. Must be truthful. I'm like doing my throat thing. This is a pile of just growing, evolving, acknowledging strengths, acknowledging weaknesses, using them to your benefit, and not taking it too seriously in a way that would make you want to do something you probably shouldn't, because the dandelion talks about being successful and having fun and enjoying things and growing and developing. So like, an example of how this would not apply to an academic or a professional setting, like if you were talking about love, because I mentioned these are not love readings, but it can touch you. I could be talking about your relationship with a partner. Be honest about where you are, be honest about your needs, be honest about where you are in your development. Like, if your partner is ready for a step that you're not, communicate that effectively, right? Things like that. Like, don't be sneaky and hide things. This feels like that pile of getting scared and doing that, okay? Even in a non-malicious sense, it's like getting scared and doing that, okay? So don't do that, okay? Look at you needing this reading. Look at you. So we've got the Supreme. Look at all this potential that you have. The Supreme, right? It's universal energy. It's divine support where you're trying to be your best, right? That's what it is. That's really the goal, is when you're trying to be your best. When you're trying to get out of being your best, then that's when you start having complications in life, right? You start taking shortcuts, cutting corners. And I don't like to use that because that's broad. Like, when I say take shortcuts, cut corners, I mean get over, right? Like, whatever getting over could mean in whatever setting, right? Because doing something, because I don't want to say shortcuts and cutting corners, because this is my pile of misinterpreting phrases. I don't mean spending less time doing something that's more efficient, right? Like, I don't mean like, I think I said it maybe a few days ago to somebody I was talking to. I don't want to take 5 to 6 hours to do something that only takes 2 to 3. That's not what I mean when I say cut corners at all. I mean, like, when you just try to get out of doing things, right? Like, if you can do something in a more efficient way and get it done even better, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you just try to cut corners and only halfway do something and just, you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Okay, that's what I mean. But I love seeing that supreme because it really talks about, it feels like graduation energy. It feels like milestone energy. So this is my group of going to be celebrating for really learning something, whether it's an internal celebration of like, man, I didn't think I'd get that, or man, I'm like so much smarter than I was 10 years ago. Look at me. You know what I mean? Or external milestones where you're truly seeing success. Eventually all of you will with that piggy bank, right? Or an evolution of where you already are. That's what I've got here. And I'm hoping this pile isn't super long because it's a pile of needing me to over explain, and I feel myself over explaining. And look at who hit the table. Look at you. This is going to be a long pile. I hope it's not super long though, okay? Because I actually have something to do after this pile. I mention that because, again, me needing to over explain, you knowing I need to over explain, and then working through the shadow and the lighter side. I love that harvest. We talked about a harvest. We talked about that in reverse, potentially meeting a harvest, right? Meaning something's not going to end, something actually keeps going, right? Because upright, it means something ended and something started anew. It doesn't have to be bad. It could just be starting over again from the bottom up. Here, that's not starting from the bottom up. It's oh no, we're not going to conclude. We're going to just keep building from where we already are. That's what we mean. Well, that's what I mean when I say this is a developmental pile. You don't necessarily have to start from scratch unless you completely mess it up. And then it's like, well, no. Let's do this from scratch. New place, new space, new stuff, right? That's an analogy. This talks about, okay, you've reached this level like school. Like, okay, 11th grade, look at you. Past the final. Okay, 12th grade, let's go. That's the energy here. Yeah, lots of work. Someone's outside working, okay? But look at what the result is, because it's an incoming energy of the Seven of Pentacles, okay? Seven of Pentacles. Look at you. The Supreme. We've got the harvest of the Seven Pentacles. I'm just gonna knock out the next card in the bottom. There we go. Okay, 2 cards. Yeah, just watch it, please. You're gonna have to stop. That's why that fell in a maturing sense. Because look who came back. The Seven of Swords. Now, sevens are independent energy. So you're gonna feel very strong, very confident, very smart, very successful individually, right? Like you're gonna be feeling very powerful in the way you connect with other people, in the way that you like build, in the way you create, whatever it is, whatever this is resonating for as an individual, right? Because again, independent energy. But you're gonna have to stop. Yeah, you hear the rasp. No need for the rasp. Literally just drink a bottle of water on top of like tea and other liquids all day. So if you're being sneaky, if you're being conniving, if that thief energy aligns with you anyway, like that has to go away before the harvest. And there's a beautiful harvest, okay? Beautiful harvest, okay? Something about a lot of noise is going to be relevant, okay? What is this? Goddess of Cups. Yeah, so the Goddess of Cups talks about, again, maybe you're lacking compassion, creativity. It's a nurturing energy. It's a very nurturing energy of caring about other people and supporting other people, right? Having self-love, having self-care, but also having enough of that energy to pour into other people. Notice she's holding that goblet. She has a goblet to share. So that's kind of the energy here that I'm seeing you're going to learn how to develop. Okay, so I don't know what you've been doing or how you've been doing it, but that's kind of the vibe. And I hate seeing it fall out at the same time as this Seven of Swords, because it feels like some of you may be masquerading as that Goddess of Cups, intentionally so, okay? And then being, I guess, conniving, right? Because remember I mentioned the 2 shadows. I feel like they're making, okay, so here's the thing that I'm not used to doing as often, and why this pile is throwing me off. This is a group that's making me really spell it out how you are. I don't know if you just don't realize or if you just don't care, but like, they're like, yeah, tell them they have a lot that's coming, but make sure they know we see who they are, so that they really truly understand this is their group and they take the messages seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what that is, but some of you may pretend to be like that way and then be a little more conniving. And honestly, some of you on the other side may act a little bit tough, but really you're soft on the inside. And then there's the other side of you that are like, oh, like, I don't know, like this is a wild pile. Let me see what's at the bottom, and because I really don't want to. Yeah, 10 of Cups. So at the end of all of this, let me just, I gotta move the book. The book is in my way because I have way more cards than I expected. Um, okay, way more cards than I expected. 10 of Cups. Um, talks about love, talks about support, talks about community, talks about family. And I don't know if some of you never had that, because I'm seeing on the table some of you never had that, or some of you never had healthy dynamics in that, and you're going to learn that. Now, the reason why I'm using this tone is I always say, for better, for worse, the shadow side is learning to not be that way before you can integrate appropriately. And it's usually painful. Like, I see it all the time. I do these types of readings all the time. Okay, it's usually painful because it's like you have to kind of be stripped of that energy so that you can kind of understand and integrate effectively with other people. So when we talk about romantic sense, friendships, partnerships, professionally, when you don't know how to do that effectively, that's when you start to see shadow traits, and like you have to learn. Okay, you have to learn. Now, the lighter side, I sure hope I didn't lose you. Because like the thing about it is the shadow is so loud. I don't know why. But the lighter side, you're gonna be great. Like, I feel like you're like, this is a pile of integrating a community. Some of you are really about to find your calling. You're about to find your peace. You're about to find your happiness. Like, it's so sweet because like this is like you being like all happy with the people around you. You're feeling really good about the types of things you're doing and you're learning, and every day feels like this great adventure. That's the energy you're stepping into. Again, you're gonna feel a lot more clear-headed, right? You're gonna be really clear-headed, like you're gonna feel really grounded, and all of the things like that. Okay, and like I said, this huge harvest and this huge like merger with yourself and spirit in a way where it just feels like an ultimate harvest where you just keep ascending because all of the work you're doing doesn't feel like work. So you of course you're going to feel like you're ascending, right? That's what I'm getting. So let me pull from these astrology based decks. We'll do that. Ooh, but this energy is not grounded. So step one, if you don't take anything else, ground your energy and like get organized with the way you're thinking and your day-to-day routine. This is a pile of needing that. That's step one. Okay. My yellow canary. Look at you. All right, Sagittarius. Look at you. This is the sign that rules learning, right? Optimism, exploration, freedom. So stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit, because Sagittarius talks about like it's ruled by Jupiter, which is expansion and like luck, right? And it talks about abundance. Now, abundance, for better for worse, an abundance of something is just a lot, right? It could potentially be excess. So watch it when we talk about that, right? Because I mentioned kind of some of you may have a little too much fun. Some of you may be a little too work serious, right? I notice sometimes that could be a little bit how you can identify where you fall, and you'll know what I mean, okay? But this does help support my students, because I have a lot of students here with this pile specifically, which makes sense considering the bird, okay? But growing, expanding, learning, being open to adventure. This is the sign that rules adventure, okay? I mentioned that everything's gonna feel like an adventure because it is, okay? It is. So let me see. House 11, collective energy, friends, like-minded groups, humanitarian beliefs. This is the house that rules networking. Talks about Aquarius. So some of the themes I just finished talking about are also like co-inhabited with Sagittarius and Aquarius. So unique experiences, shocks, surprises, things that are different, technology, like go hand in hand when it comes to development. I mentioned this being a developmental pile. They both rule development, okay? Especially when it comes to things that are completely foreign to us. That's going to be some of the key themes. Mastering things that are completely foreign to us, that's a great thing to have in this pile. Like, this is a pile where you're going to learn how to master things that are not only hard for you, but completely foreign, okay? You're going to have to. That's part of the development here, okay? And I don't mean in a textbook way. I mean in a maneuvering the world way. Okay, the way you interact with people, the way you treat people, the way you communicate with people. And I'm not saying like this pile, like I'm not bashing this pile, like this is a pile of like treating people poorly, because I don't really get that all of you are doing that, at least not intentionally so. But there's a way where you could do so where it benefits you as well as other people a little more effectively. This is a pile of efficiency. Look at you. Tell me more about my pile number one. Yeah, no, that's too much. We do watch it though, because we've got like expect powerful change, surrender to the divine. I guess I have to take it. I'm like, I don't want all these cards. I'm like trying not to make this a super long pile. I'm already like further than I want, but you know what? You know what? I only got one. I've only got one deck yet, so it's fine. But we've got surrender to the divine, more Sagittarius energy. So now we've got that Gemini Sagittarius axis, which talks about learning, growing, developing, communication, right? Intellect, all of our things, right? All of our things we've talked about so far. And then we've got full moon in Virgo, okay? So that this is actually Gemini, okay? And this is technically Pisces, which is that flowy energy of not paying attention or trying to be misleading, where you know what's going on, being sharp enough to try to manipulate others. That's what we've got, okay? But what you got coming in is confidence in your routine, in who you are, in the work you do, in your talent, to where one, you're a lot sharper naturally on your own, where you've been too flowy and passive and just not together. And then you've also got an energy of where you've been on that shadow intentionally, like a conniving energy, you'll feel more confident and comfortable in who you are. You'll broaden your perspective enough to where you don't need to do that, whether it needs to be painful for you or if you just realize, like I don't want to make it scary, but I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. So expect powerful change. New moon eclipse, we did have one recently. We did, and it could very much so be a pivotal time where this is starting to manifest. Now, this is a timeless reading. This could truly just be an energy, right? Because an eclipse also is, again, this new moon eclipse is when a solar eclipse, it's when the moon covers the sun. That's an analogy for something. All of this energy, right? When you can't see what's going on, right? It gets dark during the daytime, things like that. So where we talk about you not seeing things clearly just because you're not paying attention, you kind of needing to step out of that, and then you where you're the moon trying to cover the sun because you're trying to like do the thing. Listen, it is what it is. So I'm going to use this to pull you some advice. I split the deck and I have cut ties, which means a lot, okay? Those of you, and I've been skating over it because I don't want to say it. Those of you where you're like in that flowy energy because you're under some sort of an influence, stop. Literally stop, okay? Those of you where you're just on the shadow where you're actively manipulating, when we say use your mind wisely, that's not using your mind wisely. It's literally telling you to stop. And this is not my energy. This is not me. I'm just reading the channeled energy. When you get a stop in this kind of a reading, you stop. And I mean that. And I say that with love, okay? And then we've got, yeah, because we've got working outside. So let me see. This is going to be a pile that has so much energy, so much clarity. Okay? Let me see. Give me your advice for my Canary spirit. I'm so sad. I'm a little sad because I wasn't expecting my Canary spirit to be this way. In the shadow. I didn't want a dominant shadow, but I don't control energy. Now, great energy. We got the Supreme and that Harvest. Okay, so where there's a pivot, where you're able to pivot, regardless of how you need to, we see a recovery, and it's the most amazing one, okay? It's the most amazing one, okay? I'm being told to say something that I don't really want to say, so I'm not going to, okay? If you pick up on it on the table yourself, it was a message for you. It was a message for you. So, what do we need to... Okay, let go. Yeah, I mean, you know what? This is a let go and trust your intuition. That's the advice for this group. I'm happy because it's not going to be an hour like I thought it was going to end up being. But the advice for this pal is to let go of whatever habits, thought processes are slowing you down in the ways that I've listed today, okay? And and that's for all of you, whether you're just not paying attention or if you're just actively scheming or somewhere in the middle, okay? Now, my lighter side where you suck around and this did not scare you. I feel like my lighter side, that's truly the lighter side, stuck around because they know it's not them. They're like, no, 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 no. I see where you're going with this. They're like, no, no, no. I'm going to be great. It's going to be successful. I'm going to live my best life. Like, I see. You're telling me I'm going to graduate. I was so worried about my final. Ooh, I've been waiting for that promotion. I've been working really hard at this new thing. And it was hard, like by a lot because it was brand new. I had no idea what I was doing. Like, that's this group on the lighter side. Like, seeing that harvest, seeing the results after that, okay? I love it. Look at you. But let go and trust your intuition. That's your advice. So that is all I have for you today, my yellow canary spirit. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile number 2, my African gray parrot. Let's see what blessings are going to be revealed, any good karma, positive surprises, and then, we like to sprinkle that word luck in there just because it makes people feel good. For those of you that are new, I read past, present, as well as incoming energy, and I often read from a polarity, which means there's a light and a shadow. You just have to find yourself in the lesson, in the journey, okay? Now, we primarily channel energy here. We read cards in depth, in detail, and the energy channeling through already for this really sweet parrot, very specific kind of parrot, I feel like a weight lifting off the chest, so you can definitely expect a weight to be lifted pretty soon. I don't know the timeline, but I feel that something is gonna get really loud, just because I just lowered my meditation sounds because they feel a lot louder than they are. So something's gonna be loud and clear. So a weight lifted off of your chest and something being loud and clear, for better, for worse. But it's gonna be, or at least eventually lead to relief, okay? Because again, especially here, we emphasize the light and shadow because we don't really know. So let me see. Tell me about my African gray parrot. Let's get an overview of my African gray parrot with blessings. Going to be revealed with karma, positive surprises, and all of the things from my African gray parrot. Oh, look, I didn't even notice that. Look, okay, so here's the thing. I was looking around because I'm not going to lie. For whatever reason, some of you may be doing that. I was just looking around. I was looking at a thumbnail, and then I was looking at, like, everything around me. And I don't usually do that. I do focus other places sometimes, but I don't do what I just did the way that I just did it. So I don't know at what point this fell off. I don't. We're going to be nosy and see what this guy is and what it has to say because it's an additional message. But I'm going to take the bottom because I have no idea what the original one was. But some of you are going to get a new set of cards. A new hand has been dealt in some way, right? So your original bottom that was here no longer applies. So there's some kind of reset or shifting that's happening around you and what's going on, like wherever this resonates as I start talking, okay? All right. Look at you. Hey, look at you. I'm telling you, this happens all the time. Look at you. It happens all the time. So if you're familiar with the channel, you're not surprised at all by this, even though I'm like acting I'm being awestruck with myself and the energy it channels through. But if you're new, this is freaky. Yes, it happens a lot. Okay, it happens a lot, especially in the bird readings. But watch your words, okay? So some of you may be coming from pile 1 if you were called to it. If not, then don't worry about it. But watch your words. So we've got The parrot. That's crazy. Now, granted, this is just in general what people think of. My parrot that's on the thumbnail is a very special parrot, right? It's not a usual one you see, which is why we put it here. But yeah, so watch your words. Watch your words. I'm glad that I took that one that was speaking to us, because, like, why is that so ominous? Let's see. Let's see. Turkey spirit, give with gratitude and grace. Hey, so what I like, I'm looking like the similar coloring to the African gray parrot. We've got that turkey spirit. It talks about like harvest. It talks about like gratitude, like it says, but it talks about like I heard the word collaboration, but I was gonna say like community and family energy. But look at you. You've got watch your words, give with gratitude and grace. So there's some situation, I don't know how much is going to matter in the grand scheme, that you're going to have to take the high road on, okay? There's a watching your words and give with gratitude and grace. There's a certain situation you're going to have to be very gracious in, or not necessarily having to, but that's the best approach. So I don't know what's going on with you. I didn't expect this pile to be chaos. I genuinely did not. And I'm hoping that it doesn't turn into that. But if this is, not now, because again, past, present, and coming energy, watch your words, give with gratitude and grace. Okay, just, yeah, think on your feet with the fox spirit. I'm going to take that third card, because what is that? Why is that happening? There's a lot to say. So there's a lot that you need to say, or a lot that needs to be said to you, and that's going to be applicable for whatever situation we're talking about, okay? Because what is this? Koi fish spirit, there's always enough. So whatever situation where this is applying, just roll with it, think on your feet, right? Because this feels like advice, even though it's not advice. This is just supposed to be telling you what comes in, but I feel like I'm already giving this pile advice. It says, watch your words, give with gratitude and grace. There's always enough. Think on your feet. So I'm not gonna lie, some of you, there will be a situation soon where you're called to feel very selfish in, or something about self-preservation. The call is to not necessarily approach it that way. Okay, with with gratitude and grace, there's always enough. Not to necessarily approach it that way. And watch your words feels like a warning, so just watch it, okay? This all already feels like it might be a hybrid, like light and shadow may be very intertwined. It may not be very distinct. So let me pull from this magical botanical oracle so we can see what's going on. This feels like a pile where you'll have enough. Like it feels like a pile where there's plenty, like where you have enough to where you're able to help support others in some way, okay? Blessings will be revealed, good karma, positive surprises from my African gray parrot. There is a call for patience with this group, okay? Something about patience is definitely relevant. Okay, what is this? Hellbore? I don't know how to say that. 10. Okay, so let me just put this down. Okay, we'll get the who can see. That's a new one. Look at you. See. I am silent and still to hear the voice of the goddess. Listen. Didn't look at lands like that. I'll fix it in a second. It's fine. Okay, look at that. Watch your words. I am silent and still to hear the voice of the goddess. This is a pile. Whatever. Just be quiet. Don't say anything. You just observe and just be receptive to the abundance of the universe, right? Like think on your feet, be quick, be swift, adapt, but like be sharp, but just don't say anything. I don't know what's going on, but don't say anything. Okay? But it says we need alone time to be unseen and unheard, to reflect upon our own life and our path. And it talks about not being concerned with other people and doing your own stuff. And it talks about setting boundaries of our alone time more aggressively, as others can impede and pressure us to support their needs. When we are alone and unseen, we will bloom. Okay, so listen, make sure that people leave you alone when you want to be left alone. When you need space, when you need like peace, when you need like to be to yourself, just be to yourself. Like, don't let anyone pressure you outside of that, right? This is a pile of kind of needing to pull within a little bit. Okay, needing to pull within a little bit, and that's where you're going to see your biggest harvest is kind of needing your own alone time and just being quiet. Okay, so, and that's our polarity, right? The polarity here seems to be one side where let me see what's at the bottom, because I don't want to say it unless I know. We've got the U. I'm getting a strong walk away vibe, okay? So some of you need to be told very clearly, walk away, okay? There's a walk, and when I say walk away, I don't mean like necessarily permanently. It says to take space, okay? It says to take space. Yeah, there we go. So let me see what this view, because I don't know, like there's a random conflict that stepped on the table. Maybe that's why I needed to do this today. Interesting. The U spirit says to listen to the ancestors, and it talks about aligning back with your foundation and doing what feels harmonious and in balance, right? It talks about Hecate for those of you where that's relevant. But the question here is, what are you not hearing, seeing, or doing right now that would put you in the right relationship with all things? So what feels right? What feels natural, right? I listen to the voices of the past to create the future. This is an energy of making sure you learn from the past, right? Grow from the past, evolve from the past. Not cling, but grow, right? But it does say to pull back and reflect on the past if that's what you're called to do at the point of you getting the reading. Because I do have that energy lifting up out of my heart space now, like I mentioned at the beginning of the pile. So let me see what's going on. I'm going to pull from the tarot. Things are always going to work out as they should. But I'm struggling to answer the question right now, because this feels like a pile that needs to know stuff versus like needs to know what to do rather than knowing what's incoming, okay? Now, there's always enough does heavily imply that there's a lot coming in, okay? So here's the thing. If you are a writer and you're struggling with writer's block, and this could be an analogy for anything, it's saying to take space and to kind of do what feels natural rather than forcing the process. Does that make sense? So whatever it is you're doing, because it's a lot emphasis on words. That's why I'm leading with writers specifically. But if there's something you want to do or feel like you need to be doing and you're feeling pressure to do it a certain way at a certain time, take space and do it when it's do it when you feel called to do it where you can. Like obviously there's always going to be things that have to happen at a very specific way at a very specific time, but where the timing doesn't really matter, or in the grand scheme it's not working anyway, like right, like if the timing matters but you're getting it done wrong or you can't do it, then what are you going to do? Might as well take the space you need before giving it another go. Okay, so some of you need to know that. And the blessing here is that it's a more efficient process. You're doing things at your natural flow, at your natural pace, especially where it's an independent like project or something like that. And it'll be more effective, more efficient that way, right? Like the results will be better. Right? Especially when we talk about things. Yeah, don't get yourself worked up. when it comes to like options and decisions and things like that, because that's what these two talk about, like getting overwhelmed and anxious, like if you're trying to give yourself like a writing deadline, things like that, where like the work is not going to be your best because you're forcing it. That's what I feel like for some of my creators and all of the things here. Okay, that's a message. Okay. All right. What blessings will be revealed? Ooh, ascension. So Six of Swords talks about a journey, possibly travel. Okay. So some of you are gonna travel. You're gonna move beyond something, move towards something else. Some of you are gonna get a message soon that makes everything a lot easier. Okay. Let me see. This feels like a resolution. The Six of Swords is a resolution. So a resolution to something, okay? Especially where we talk about issues, like a weight that's been on your chest, like we channeled at the beginning. I'm trying to find this pile. Yeah, Son of Wands. So here's the thing. There's going to be some sort of knowledge, some sort of clarity that comes in that gives you the energy or that gives you the structure or just whatever it is that's missing. You'll find it here with the Six of Swords and will give you that burst of energy or place or space of that Knight of Wands to move towards something or get something done or conquer something. Okay, whatever that is. Okay, whatever that is. Okay. Won't be confusion anymore. Okay, like a lack of clarity or a mental block or whatever that is. Okay, tell me more. My African great parrot. What blessings are coming in? With karma, positive surprises. Tell me what's going on here. Okay, I've got two. We'll take the bottom in a second. Hermit. Number 9, a Hermit talks about this exact energy of pulling within, being to yourself. I got a specific message. Some of you who are looking for like a work from home job, I do see you getting it. I'm actually realizing that's a thing here. With that and this, yeah, there's always enough. Like you'll get if that's what you need, okay? And some of you, and like I got that from this Hermit, which is kind of a withdrawn inside energy. I'm also seeing if you're working independently, some of you actually are being called, okay, some of you are being called to work. It's so many messages hitting me. I'm so sorry. Bear with me. Some of you are being called to work independently. Stay to yourself, right? With Watch Your Words, the Hermit, it's saying to just kind of pull within and just do whatever you're doing. Honestly, if you're in a creative environment, like where you're like collaborating and creating things, think on your feet and Watch Your Words explicitly says to keep your ideas to yourself. I don't know what's going on, but that's why you've got that. It's saying to keep your ideas to yourself. Okay, that's what you're being called to do. The Hermit is 6th house energy of your routine, your structure, right? Your organization, right? Your errands, your health, your wellness, all of those things. You're going to be able to prioritize that. And with the 4 of Cups, you're not going to be very bothered or engaged with things that aren't beneficial, because this feels like an energy of peace. So I'm getting an energy of what you don't see coming, or look, I say what you don't see coming. What blessings are going to be revealed, right? Good karma, peace, detachment, right? The ability to detach and see success, right? That's what we've got here, okay? Detachment and seeing success. Some of you are going to turn something down soon for your highest good, okay? Some of you are going to be turned down for something for your highest good, okay? And when I say highest good, I don't mean like in that spiritual woo sense. I mean in a literal, like there's something truly better actively coming in, right? With the Son of Wands. Like, I mean, like you're truly, like, it's not going to be like, oh, well, you missed out on the thing, or it didn't work out and you're just like wondering why. And then way down the line somewhere, you'll be like, oh, okay, I guess this is better years after the fact. It's no. It's like you will see soon, very quickly. I'm hearing something about a Wednesday, okay? Because Mercury rules that. I don't usually read that like that, but something about a Wednesday. I don't know what about a Wednesday. Okay, there's gonna be a relevant Wednesday. Okay. All right. Y'all are different today. We got this Goddess of Cups. It did come out in the previous pile. Yeah, I'm definite. Some of you are being told to reject some sort of a cup, right? Like, and by you rejecting that cup, you're gonna get like the biggest blessing. Okay, like, watch your words, give with gratitude and grace. There's always enough. Like, I'm hearing like, don't, like, there's a lot of options available. You don't have to take the first one or the second one or even the third one, because like the Seven of Cups was here earlier where it talks about options and choosing. I'm hearing be very picky, be very particular. This is a pile. Okay, I was struggling, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if you heard it, but I was struggling a little bit for a while. This is a pile. Be particular, be choosy, be to yourself. I don't know if we're talking romantically or if we're talking professionally or we're talking about collaborations or if we're talking about like friends. I don't know like what area of life, but it says to be choosy. Don't accept every cup. It's not always a good cup, right? Be kind of quiet to yourself, right? Because watch your words, give with gratitude and grace. There's always enough. Giving with gratitude and grace is like, no thank you. It sounds like no thank you, right? It sounds like, here, you have it. No thank you. That's what it feels like for this group. So that's relevant. So whatever area of life this happens in for you, or this is relevant, you roll with it. Because I don't know, like, I don't like it when I do these readings and I get a very specific read, because I feel like it limits the audience. But if that's what's meant to happen, that's what's meant to happen. I like it to be general enough to where it can apply a lot of different ways. And honestly, I could just be underestimating how broad the message is. It just feels like it could be, it's really specific, okay? It just feels really specific. So let me pull, right? Kind of staying to yourself. Pull within, take breaks when you need to. When you want to be to yourself, be to yourself. When other people don't respect that, make sure they know that you're, like, maintain your boundaries, right? When you don't want to speak, you don't have to turn down what you don't want. Be very particular, choosy when it comes to connecting and offers and all of the things, right? Like, don't do what you're not called to do. It seems to be the general message. Like, what you're called to do what you feel called to, like, what you feel repelled by, trust it. You know what I'm saying? That's the group. So tell me more about my pile number 2, my African gray parrot. My African gray parrot with blessings will be revealed with karma, positive surprises, and luck. Now, the beauty is the ability to be particular, the ability to be choosy. Ooh, look at you, because that's not a luxury that a lot of people don't have. So I don't think you understand and be saying all this, the ability to say, oh no, I thought I heard like random music. So some of you are going to be listening to music soon or going somewhere where there's music. But the ability to say, no, I don't want this. I don't want this. I'll take this. I'll take this. Like the ability to say, okay, I'm going to stay home. I'm going to take this break, or I'm going to work from home. I don't want to work. Like that freedom, right? That's what I'm getting here. Like some of you don't realize that that's coming in for you. Okay? And I'm telling you that is like the ability to turn down things, especially where they create value, right? Because some people just have to take whatever jobs they get. Some people feel like they need to just fit in where they are, and some people just cannot be without a romantic partner. So the comfort of being on your own, to yourself, working by yourself, doing things by yourself is what's coming in for you, okay? Or an expansion of this, okay? So tell me more about my African gray parrot. The blessings are going to be revealed, good karma, positive surprises, well, abundance. Having so many offers, options that you can just turn things away. You know what I'm saying? That's a blessing. That's a lot. Look at you. Yeah, options. Virgo talks about the attention to details, right? It's ruled by the sign of Mercury, which is communication. So I mentioned again something about a Wednesday. So something about a Wednesday. Wednesdays will be relevant. This is the sign that rules this specific card, okay? But it says integrity, reverence, and service. Now, this is a sign that does rule service, giving, with grace, right? This, you'll have that. You'll be able to give with grace without lacking. Like, this is a pile of having on your own, being very comfortable and a lot of freedom, and just being able to do whatever you want, basically. Just to narrow down the description of it, like, it's basically like I can do whatever I want. Oh, and by the way, I can support other people too. That's the vibe. Okay, look at you, I love it. But this is the servitude energy, right? This is the kind of the acts of service ruler, right? That's what we talk about here in this energy and that energy, okay? Acts of service, charitable giving, right? Because we do have that here. Give with gratitude and grace. I'm trying to layer this without like doing too much, but it is what it is. And then we've got the Leo, right? Self-confidence, loyalty, creativity. So you'll be able to be loyal to other people in ways that maybe you haven't been, right? I'm not saying that from a shadow perspective, but sometimes, like I always lead, you can only be as reliable for other people as you are for yourself. So when it comes to self-preservation, if your needs aren't met, you can't support other people. That loyalty comes from having resources available, energy available, not just material, but emotional space, right? Do you have the space emotionally for people, right? Do you have the time to think enough to where you're creating processes that benefit other people, right? Like, that's the thing. You'll be feeling really good. So Virgo, Leo feels like summertime, right? This is summertime. So when we're talking real time, I do see this at least manifesting by summer, real time. Otherwise, it could be next summer, summer after. Summer will be relevant in some way. Okay. So I'm going to just put this here. I love it. Fifth house is joy and pleasure. Feeling good, looking good, living good. Okay. In a structured way here. That's what we've got. I don't know, like, it just feels like a really great energy of like being to yourself when you want to be to yourself, interacting and engaging where you are, where you want to, and then when you are interacting and engaging, you're exceptionally interacting, engaging, because like you can help and be more useful, more valuable. It's more authentic because you take the space for yourself where you need to, you make sure your own personal needs are met, and then you have like the disposable energy of any plane, right? Mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, to give to other people, because you're fine and you like, and you're going to feel good helping and supporting other people as well, because that's a certain level of abundance that is incredibly rare, despite what like social media says, right? So yeah, look at you. Look at you. So tell me more about this African gray spirit. So here's the thing. At first, I got a wave of a shadow. So here's the thing. I did, and that's why I was acting like that at the beginning of the pile, because I was like, ooh, I don't want because the first one had a dark shadow, like a heavy shadow. It wasn't dark, it just was prominent. And I didn't want that here. But with the wave of the shadow, it immediately went away. So some of you may misinterpret a situation. Like, you may think something is worse than it is. Maybe that's the whole point of a be quiet and observe. Like, you're getting a be quiet and observe kind of a vibe. So some of you may mistake something for like a bad thing. And it's like, no, 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 no. You're misinterpreting this. You don't realize like what we're telling you. Like, something great is good and coming in. Okay? Like, you don't even realize what's available to you. Sorry, like my phone is ringing and I'm like trying to reject the call because I'm filming. I'm like, okay, I know that sounds bad, but like I'm in the middle of something. So like when we talk about like your alone time, it's not an important call, but it's like it's truly not an important call. But it's just like, I don't know. Okay, I'm back. Some of you are going to get a call soon. But the message I was giving is, some of you may misinterpret, could be a message, could be a call, could be just something for being a bad thing. Like, it may not feel right. Like, some of you may mistake something for a rejection. Like, I don't want to like specify, it could be literally any area of life, but you may think you are rejected in some way, or you may think like just something didn't work out, or I don't know, it just feels like there's an energy of you thinking something went wrong, and literally it's like the best possible outcome. So I'm not sure what that is. This is going to be different for all of you. But again, I'm hearing mistaken rejection, denial, or thinking something's wrong, right? Like thinking, oh no, this is a bad thing, or whatever. Like whatever the situation is, that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. So let me see. What blessings are going to be revealed? Honestly, some of you is going to be like, oh, you know what? That's the wave off the chest. It's like, oh, you're going to be like, oh, I thought this was going to be bad, but look at me. I feel like that's going to be you soon. I know I'm so dramatic, but I'm serious. Some of you are going to be like, ooh, that's not going to work. And then, oh, look at me. You know, like, I don't know. I really don't know what I'm talking about in the specifics. Again, it could be any area, right? Um, like, I don't know. Like, like I like to use the school example. Like maybe you'll be like, oh, it's not going to work. I'm not going to get into this school. And maybe you don't. And then like you get into a different school. You're like, oh, I didn't get into the state university, but hey, look at me. I'm going to Harvard. I don't know. Like I'm being dramatic and facetious, but that's the wave of energy I got. Like I'm having trouble like communicating it because maybe some of you, the good thing that's coming in is something that you truly don't even like, you can't conceptualize it. Like either you already think it's going to be bad, you think it is bad, or like when it happens you'll be like, no, it's over with, right? Like the energy is like very final. Like something about your energy feels like final about something, and then it's like, hey, I didn't get into that state university, but you know what I did go to? I'm going to Harvard. I don't know, I'm Ivy League. That's how it feels, right? So I hope that analogy made so much sense, because that's the story I'm trying to communicate here for this group. So tell me more about my African gray parrot. Blessings are going to be revealed, the good karma, positive surprises. Some of you are getting a call though, because I definitely got multiple calls in this pile, and that's what the break a few seconds ago was me like finally taking one, because I don't normally have that issue when I'm filming. Honestly, it's actually abnormal for just the time of day, because I'm actually filming slightly later than I normally would if I was gonna start. So interesting. Some of you are gonna feel like behind or delayed or something. I mentioned delays in the intro regarding me getting this out, so very much so could be relevant to the energy here and why I'm channeling when I'm channeling. Okay. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. Oh, that's a lot. I'm not taking it, but we'll see what's at the bottom. It's a lot. Yeah, take a break. Some of you just need to take a break, take a pause, take a break. Okay, especially by yourself. If you need a break, if you need space, if you need a moment to yourself, take it. Like take the moment to yourself. Okay. But I'm telling you, the blessing coming in, a time to give rather than take. Maybe you'll be gifted something, maybe you'll be given something, maybe you'll be supported in some way, but I see a strong potential here for you supporting someone or other people in a way that it just doesn't feel like you're being helpful. It feels like it's natural to you because you truly just have enough disposable energy. I keep hearing the phrase disposable energy. I actually hear disposable income, but for those of you where that's applicable, good for you if that applies or when it applies. But like disposable energy, I'm telling you, mental, emotional, whatever it is that you're able to help, it doesn't feel like you're really missing out. Like it doesn't feel like you're giving something you need. It feels like you just have that much abundance where supporting other people is just what you do. It's kind of like when we talk about actual money, like when people make so much money they owe a lot of taxes, and it's like, well, let me get this tax write off and support other people. Like you're being nice, but it actually benefits you. That's what it feels like. I don't know what's going on here. I mean, I do, but it's going to be different for all of you. Okay. So tell me more. My African gray parrot. There we go. That's the one. Look at you. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. Hey, I'm telling you, axis of I versus others, right? War versus diplomacy. You're going to be able to bring peace. This is a pile of peace. That's why you have that detached energy. Like the Four Cups is like depicted negatively, like disengaged, but it's not. It doesn't have to be disengaged. It could simply be disinterested. It could simply be, I'm doing something else, or I don't need this, here, you take it, I don't want it. I'm comfortable enough to where I don't have to take this job, I don't have to take these things, I don't have to just take any romantic offer. You know what I mean? Like, it feels comfortable, and that's what you have here. This axis of being able to find peace and harmony within yourself, but being able to bring peace and harmony to other people as well. Okay, that's what I've got. So I love this here. I love this here, this balance. Okay, so look at who's here. Luck is on your side. New moon and Sagittarius. Expansion, growth. You're going to be able to teach. You're going to be able to learn. You're going to be able to support other people in ways that you probably didn't realize you would be able to. Like, this is a great energy. This is a great pile. So let me see what else I can see before I close it out with your advice. Luck is on your side. Yeah, I don't know. Something about it. Whatever situation this resonates for, the one that I mentioned that felt really specific, a win-win outcome is forecast. It's going to work out and you're going to feel very lucky. But we talked about that already. So let me just get this advice and close it out, because I'm not sure what's going on. At the bottom of your reset, we do have financial security. So those of you where you have financial issues, yeah, co-create with spirit. You're going to be able to like you're gonna like, it's gonna feel like the universe is in your favor. It's gonna feel like you're working with God versus against it, right? Like, that's what I've got here. And that's the disengaged energy. It's like, oh, I'm not stressed, I'm not overwhelmed, I'm in balance, I'm in harmony, I feel lucky, I feel blessed, right? Even if things don't 100% go my way, I'm good, especially financially, right? So I did mention something you may be misinterpreting or something you didn't see, for better or for worse. You're going to learn the truth for sure, okay? So, and it might even put some life into something. I'm not sure. So let me get this advice. I'm going to just close it out. Take the messages how they resonate for you, because this is a group probably that was like, ooh, I need a specific message, and I hope my girl Onyx can give me that specific message. So I hope it makes sense to those of you that are getting it, okay? So what advice do we need to give to close my African gray parrot spirit for the day? What advice do we need to give this group? All right. Ooh, enjoy life, feel good, be great, okay? Because the Leo energy is all about your personality and expressing your personality where you feel called and pulling it back where you don't want to, right? Leo is also one of those I, me energies of like yourself, right? And kind of being praised for yourself, okay? So I think before I even see what this is, prioritizing yourself in a way that allows you to build yourself up to the point where you're able to help supporting other people, right? Rebirth. Some of you may have difficulty with that. So this is my pile of possibly either overextending or being selfish. Usually one of the other polarities, and you're being called to like sort out that. But you're going to be reborn in the best way, okay? And your advice is to roll with the rebirth, whatever the rebirth is for you, whatever rebirth you're currently experiencing or called to make. And it's going to lead to all of this comfort, all of this peace, all of this not worried about anything, and being able to help other people where they're worried energy. Ooh, that's great. But it's all in the rebirth that you're being called to step into, okay? And you've got finding love, okay? So find love within yourself, find love with other people. Do be particular, right? Be particular, okay? But where you know you need to be reborn, where you know you need to find love, do it. But again, right? Be discerning. That's the message, okay? So that is all I have for you today. Pile number 2. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile number 3, my white peacock. Let's see what blessings will be revealed, any good karma, positive surprises, and we're going to sprinkle in that word luck since everyone really likes it, right? It's exciting. So for those of you that are new, I read past, present, as well as incoming energy, and I do read from a polarity, which means there's a light and a shadow. You just have to find yourself and the lesson in the journey. It's been chaos trying to get this pile up and running because there was a lot of noise, then it stopped, then it got quiet, and like busy energy around me. And I'm just like, what's going on? I had to restart like a lot of times in a way that I'm not really familiar. So there is a little bit of a message of kind of finally getting things right. And then at the bottom of your reset here, we do have this bunny spirit, which it's a rabbit, right? But I like the word bunny. Okay, I don't care. It says now is a lucky time. So look at you. It's a great energy. So let's get into it. So let me get my little animal spirit guide. Something about this pile, I am channeling precise moment. If you came from the intro, you realize that I was struggling to get this reading out. I've been doing a bunch of other readings because they're not, I don't want to say they're not as important, but they aren't. Like you guys really like them, they're entertaining, and I enjoy doing them. They're really fun, they're cute, all of the things, and y'all get information, but these are a bit different. So it takes a special energy for me to be able to get these out. Even though they're not as popular, I like to make sure that these types of messages are kind of available to all people, just because everybody can't buy a personal reading, right? So we have this available, right? And I like the concept that I created here. So let me get. Look at you. Hey, look at you. Let it shine. So here's the thing. I mentioned the delays in the beginning. I mentioned delays at the intro, and like I had like 4 or 5 retakes of this, and I was just struggling a lot to get this done, and I was struggling to get this out, not in a bad way, right? Like I had other things going on, other things I was working on, hence why I waited until today. Like some things freed up today, and then with your pile specifically, it's like no, it has to happen at this exact moment. And even like my reset, I started pulling from this deck, and I got different cards. So I was genuinely meant to pull this card at this moment. Because look, it's literally yours. This happened in another pile. I'm shaking the camera because I'm excited. Don't mind me. But like, it's a thing. Life is a mystery, right? And this was actually in one of the takes. So life is a mystery. Let it shine. But you got your peacock spirit in the peacock pile. It happens a lot for those of you that are new. We get energy like that. So that excites me. I mentioned in the intro that these birds were really ready to speak. And that is really a confirmation. It's like when they jump out of this, because again, if you're not, look, it's at the bottom. See, see, it's literally wanting to be seen. But, it's elephant, oh, sweet little bee, which is also relevant energy, snakes. Like you can see all of the variety. It's not just birds in here. So it's interesting when cards come out to support the piles. But that said, the fact that the peacock wants to speak, it is about attention. It's about attracting attention in the best and or worst ways, depending on where you fall here. But it does say time to shine on it. And time is critical for your pile. Everything has to happen at its exact right moment, in its exact right place. Like it's a thing, okay? I'm not saying you need to control anything. I'm not saying any of that at all. If anything, I get the opposite of just let things happen as they're supposed to happen when they're supposed to happen, because like it feels like a pile of like timing being way more important than I'm used to it being in these readings. These types of readings, it's like, oh, divine timing when it's supposed to happen, but I don't know. I really don't know what's coming out here. What's this? Look. Who am I to put it back, right? Who am I to put it back? What is that? Like it literally threw itself in my hand. So this peacock spirit is not going away. You're not going away, right? Whoever's not like it's not going. You're not going away. I don't know what that is. Like you just won't. It won't leave me alone. So what is this? Reclaim your power. Sometimes life sings. Well, I mean, I don't know what happened or how it's happening, but be the panther. Reclaim your power. Yeah, sometimes life stings, but who cares? Let it shine, because I don't really know what's going on. You're definitely, oh my goodness, you're definitely seeing repeating numbers. Go to the dream readings, because what? 4 4 6 4 4 6. You're seeing repeating 4s and 6s for sure, okay? Yeah, you're that group. You're that group. Look at that. I can't make that up. I love it. So I'm not that upset about having to keep doing this over and over and over again. Everything happens as it should. Peacock is on the table in the peacock pile. Hey, welcome back, pile one. Look at you. Look at you. If you came from pile one, and it doesn't have to be like, oh, they both called you today. It could truly be like pile one calls you now, and then in a year, pile three calls you. It doesn't have to be back to back, but sing your own song. So look at you. So sing your own song, reclaim your power. It's all about being seen and just being who you are, authentically so. Just stepping into who you are, who you're meant to be. I'm excited. I love this energy for this peacock. So look at you. I don't know what to say. I'm taken aback. I'm not gonna lie, because I had like 4, maybe 5 takes of this file, and here we are with the peacock, which wouldn't go back in the deck because I was like, that's cute, but like go back in the deck so other cards can come out. And then look, you're also here, pile one. So, well, there's something that's gonna be very, very clear soon. That's for sure. So let me see. Tell me my pile number 3. My peacock spirit. Tell me what blessings are going to be revealed. Any good karma, positive surprises for my white peacock, please. I'm going to be very honest with you. I'll wait. Look at me, like somebody's gonna be like, I know, don't you wait, you say it now. Yeah, oh yeah. So if you came to the peacock first, I don't know how to describe it. Like if you went to the peacock and then you were called to the canary, like I'm not saying if you were called to them both equally. Like if you're called to them both equally, it's fine. Don't worry about it, don't overreact, okay? If you're called to the canary first, then the peacock, you're probably light side, okay? Probably light side or stepping into light side. If you're peacock and then you're going back to canary because it's here and it's calling you, I'm not sure. I'm not saying you're the shadow, but I mean, I do have this 10 of swords, which is like destruction, right? It's like destruction, it's betrayal. I always describe it as like, yeah, none of us are perfect. We make mistakes, but like your external environments didn't support you. Like it doesn't have to be actual people stabbing you in the back. It could just be you in environments that are not for you. You're just not built for, you know what I mean? Just in general, that's what we have. Like it's not your place and all of the things like that. That's what I've got here. So let me just see what's going on. But we do have a reclaiming your power following this with this. I like this being the first card. Why? Because this being the first card feels like this is either history, current, and even if it's future, is like soon. Like I don't want to like scare anyone, but like it's soon enough to where it's pending. Like it's already in process. You know what I mean? Because this isn't a light energy that just happens by surprise. Like each of those knives have to be stuck in one by one, right? Like it's a build up. So let me see what's going on here, okay? Because that's the shadow. Because what happens with this being the first card means that all of this peacock energy of stepping out and claiming power and just accepting that sometimes life stings, right? Because like a canary, I'm a canary. I'm singing my own song. I'm doing my own thing. I'm comfortable and confident enough to do that because I was here, right? That's what it feels like. It feels like, because the peacock is stepping out of that. You know what I'm saying? The peacock is a call to step out of that. That's why I'm okay with that being here, especially like I said, the first position. So give me another card. What's that? Yeah, look at you. Yeah, okay, so that confirms what I said. I was all hesitating because I don't like to give you guys bad news or whatever. But anyone picking canary spirit after peacock, like this one, right? Like I don't know. I can't speak for any other pile. I can't speak for any reading I do. Like this group today, that all of these groups I'm doing today, if you pick that canary that's in this same thumbnail with this peacock, after you pick the peacock, like you just start seeing a bunch of canaries after the fact, I don't know. You know what life you've been living, right? So it doesn't seem promising because this is a canary spirit that is singing a song that's kind of becoming a peacock. That's kind of what it is, right? Reclaiming your power after accepting some life's things and just really just letting it shine and being like, you know what, it is what it is. I am who I am. Kind of an energy. That's what it is, right? So Ten of Swords, historical energy with the Six of Cups, right? It talks about the past, possibly childhood, could be regarding children, past life trauma, generational trauma, or just anything that's been traumatic in the past, or just chaotic, or where you've like, again, this is, betrayal, external, just life just hits you, and everything that could go wrong goes wrong. That's this, okay? So let me see what's going on here. We do got the Magician at the bottom, which talks about manifesting the world you want, right? Not necessarily in a conjuring perspective, because all of you, there's a lot of you with a variety of religions, but it just means singing your own song, letting it shine, being who you are, and chasing what is for you, right? That's what it talks about. So the blessings will be revealed, good karma. All right, Judgment. All right. Well, look at that. Backs turned. So something you're not going to see coming. I don't want to leave the shadow. It just is what it is. But a judgment is a decision that has been made. It is final. Period. The end. But could be in the best way. So I'm going to leave with this lighter side just because, the shadow is what it is. And if you're going to the Canary, I don't want to do that. But this judgment energy, sure, certain, final. It's also a call to stand out. Like it's like stepping into the light, literally. When you talk about the peacock, I'll hold it up again, right? She's ascending up towards like heaven, literally, on this card, because it's like Judgment Day, right? Now I'm not saying this is literal for any of you. I'm saying this is you stepping into the light of being seen, of being your most authentic self, of being celebrated, of celebrating yourself. Like this is an accomplished energy, and this is the sweetest accomplishment because it's an accomplishment that came after seeing the opposite end of that. So it's like seeing the best parts of life after experiencing some of the harshest, right? So look at you. I'm so happy for you. I'm proud of you. I'm being told to say that. So and I am, because look at you. I love the ascension. We've got the Five of Wands, which talks about chaos and shifting, which makes sense. I told you I refilmed this thing 4 or 5 times, a lot of times, right? A lot of times. Look at that. Shifting. I'm going to leave it. I'll take it. Shifting. It's talking about things not being grounded, right? It talks about, especially if you've had a past where it's like rock bottom, because Ten of Swords is rock bottom. If you have a past where you hit rock bottom, or if you hit rock bottom, it takes time to reach this ascension, right? Things are still grounding for you. I'm being told to tell you, regardless of how long ago it was, things are still grounding for you, right? Things are still grounding for you. And that's what this change is. That's what this transition, that's what this fighting is. And not only the Five of Wands, I know it talks about competition. Now, in the worst sense, watch it, because it does mean competition. When you have this great peacock energy, there is sometimes a harsh energy of competition around you where people want to be more like you and all of the things, or want what you have, because the peacock lives a great life, a lot to be envious of, where you are a person that experiences envy, right? And the reality is, sorry, I'm trying to like organize this. Once you step into the truly, fully embodying peacock energy, like the energy of this pile and what I see it headed towards, you may become a little bit blinded to that because you don't have that energy, so it's hard for you to discern there. So watch that. Now, and that's just the shadow that I want to make mention of. That could be a part of the lighter side of this pile. I like that this is a card of things shifting. It feels like people fighting with you. Okay, it feels like people fighting for you. It feels like having a group of people that care about you, that you enjoy spending time with, more than one. Okay, so I love this because we always talk about the love readings, but this talks about having a close knit group, 3 to 5 people. Okay, close knit group, fighting with you, for you, very protective of you, and you them. Okay, like it's not like, I know Peacock is very loud energy. It's very loud energy of everybody wants a piece of it in the best and worst ways. But 3 to 5 people, okay, feels right or die. Okay, that I see here that you really have, that you can trust. I started pulling from the tarot. This is my pile of needing details. You want details before you even get all of the stuff, because I did not pull here. Hey, look at you. Everything happens when and how it's supposed to happen. At the bottom of your reset, we got the angel's trumpet. Look at you. That's literally judgment. It's the angel's trumpet. Okay? I will say, okay, so my Peacock Spirit, anyone that you've lost, if you've lost someone, okay? And you know what I mean by that. That's your confirmation that they're okay, okay? That some of you just needed to know that someone was okay. They are okay, okay? That's your confirmation. You may actually get one in the 3D soon, okay? Like you may actually, like outside of me, you may get your own confirmation soon, okay? Especially where, if that was a part of this period, okay? Definitely the case. So let me get this energy. Tell me what blessings are going to be revealed, good karma, positive surprises for my white peacock pile. What do we want to tell them? What's this? This is because this needed to come out at a very, oh yeah, see? Everything happens when it happens. So look, I told you at the beginning of your pile, if you're paying attention, if you don't have time, you come back, you pay attention, because look, like we talked about at the beginning, time is critical here. Multiple resets. One of the resets, every time I said something, I think I was saying this chaos, and then it gets really quiet. And every time I said it, because I did it in 2 takes, the camera kept moving out of frame, right? Like moving, like, and I don't know why I kept doing that, but I kept emphasizing time and timing and things happening exactly when and as they should. This was supposed to be the second deck I pulled from. It's supposed to be placed there. By me pulling my tarot first, I was able to correlate that bottom of the reset with this. I wouldn't have been able to do that if I had done it in the order I tried to. You see what I'm saying? So I got a more clear result, a more beneficial result by letting it just go the way that it flowed naturally. See what happens when you don't control everything? Sometimes it works out better. For you religious types, I like to tease you and scare you a little bit. Like, stop trying to be God. Stop that. You don't know as much as you think you do, because I always say we all have a very limited perspective. Our perspective is often limited based on our experiences. Even my ability to channel is a little bit restricted based on, my capacity to see and be open, right? Like if I'm not open, I won't be able to see. Sometimes I channel things I won't even know. I'll channel a foreign language I've never spoken before, because I'm an open channel. I've released control. My mind would never have comprehended that. You see what I'm saying? God knows more than you. Right? You don't have the capacity to see. Your spirit team is trying to lead you somewhere. They're trying to guide you to do things that are actually going to benefit you more than you realize, because you're trying to do what you think you know versus being open to what you don't. Okay? So here we go. Ooh, look at you, sunflower. Very relevant to that peacock spirit, Look at you. We're going to put it here. I'm really excited about this peacock. Look at you. Look at you. Let me get this, and you know what? I'm just now realizing that, yellow, right? Yeah, that's a thing. So let me see what's going on. We'll take the bottom and then we'll keep trucking along. It does say, I am embodying my brightest self. And the sunflower is one of the best cards in the deck, just so you know. I knew that. That's why I reacted that way. But it talks about a time of joy, good cheer, health, wealth, and success. All good things. If you have a yes or no question, the answer is almost always a yes here. And it talks about a time of feeling happy with yourself and life. Now, it does talk about your solar power in your solar plexus, right? It talks about that. it's just a really good energy. So like you may need to work on your solar plexus. This is an energy of feeling very powerless, which yes, reclaim your power. Solar plexus energy, this is powerless energy. If historically you're being called to step in and claiming that, because that 5 is very fiery, active energy, and wands are fire, so it's like an energy of active, like activate your power, if that makes sense. Because before you can ground, you have to move. You can't just lay there, right? You have to get your energy up so you can get up and move, so you can stabilize and ground much better place, much better situation, right? Because I don't mean always physical location either. I mean just your physical body, right? Like if because I noticed that people that get this card, it's a mental anguish that is almost always created by external circumstances, or doubled down on by external circumstances, to the point where they start like letting themselves go down physically, right? We have that. So just step back into your power, okay? And if you've been doing that, you're going to be seeing results really soon. I'm so excited. Like I said, I'm proud of this pile. Look at you. We got the bottom. Ooh, look at you. Can I show that? Let me just, okay, I'll pull it. You won't be able to see it up close, but this is the calla lily. I just don't want YouTube to ding me. I'm so sorry. I don't want YouTube dinging me. You're definitely seeing repeating force. That I know. So let me get the book. And we'll I kind of have an idea. I've gotten this card in personal readings. It says my spiritual nature and sensual nature are balanced and harmonious. Y'all trying to get me put off of YouTube. Look at you. I love this energy for you though. It does say the balance of desire and spiritual attainment is found when the calla lily turns up in a reading, and it indicates a time of what? Personal empowerment, or a relationship going well on all levels. It indicates a match physically and spiritually. You may find yourself taking on the qualities of enchantment with a partner, or in turn being enchanted by another. Things are pleasurable, peaceful, and connected. So it's like it talks about stepping into your power, your personal power, your sensual power, and connecting with someone as a result. Look at you. I love it. We may get a love card just because that came out, but this is great energy. I don't know that I've said it today, but I have readings and piles where I say, this is not the friendliest deck, the one I just used. It's not. I use it in these readings because they're developmental decks. It tells you where you're messing up so you can be better. That's what it's supposed to do. But here it's like, nope, create energy. You're doing good. You're feeling good. You're looking good. You're going to have friends and like a lover if you don't already. And if you do, you're going to deepen those connections. Look at you. Look at you. All right, so let me pull with the Uranus. It's a shock, so you may not see it come. Oh, look at you. Some of you are going to be really surprised. If I'm talking about your current partner, you met in a very surprising way, okay? Or something may surprise you within your connection soon in the best way, okay? Unless you're in that shadow, then I can't help you because I'm not reading that anymore, because this energy came through so good that if you feel like you're in the shadow and you're honest enough with yourself to have that awareness, just go to the Canary and it'll tell you how to develop. I remember it being a developmental pile because I said it multiple times in that reading that it was a developmental pile. So, a shock in your connection for the best on the lightest side. And then when we talk about single people, because it tells me you're gonna have somebody, you're gonna meet somebody in a very shocking way. Look at you, in the best way. I love it. Maybe in social settings, maybe in family, like I said family, but I was gonna say collective settings. I like it a lot for you. So tell me about my peacock spirit, my white peacock spirit. What blessings are gonna be revealed? Good karma. Yeah, look at you. It feels like a harvest for past good work, right? We got the past energy. You got a call. Like this feels like, okay, things being really bad, and then getting a call for something past. So this honestly feels like my good karma pile. I mentioned the angelic support, the spirit guide support. and we talked about it a little bit, but you got the word angel again on the table. Could be someone's name, could just be a nickname, it could be any of the things, but we've got angelic support, harmony, and perfect flow. Earlier we did from this deck see the angel's trumpet. Again, talks about angelic support. Some of you may work with the angels very specifically, or the saints. You may be like religious in that way. Your prayers are being heard, you're being very much supported, and all the things. But it's a pile of everything going really, really well. Trines are aspects in astrology, and planets that aspect in this way work really, really well together. They support each other and they strengthen each other. Look at you. But I do see angelic support for any chaos historically, and kind of being thrown a bone, like getting a call that you're like, you can possibly see past ties to. I'm trying to word this the right way, because you got the South Node, which talks about past energy too. But it's like getting a call, getting a message, and it doesn't have to be literal, but just seeing some type of benefits or some type of clarity due to some type of past effort. Could even be suffering, could be sacrifice, whatever it is, okay? Like time, energy, like just having to forfeit something, right? That's what I get, okay? But I love that we've got the South Node here. It does say destined to release, okay? The South Node is where we're comfortable, where we're supported. These are the gifts that we're born with, so that things are a little bit easier in life, because you're going to always have challenges. You're always going to have to grow. You're always going to have to develop towards your North Node, because that's what's unfamiliar to you. So here you can use your natural skills, talents, natural affinities, right? Areas of life where things work well for you to get ahead. That's what this talks about, okay? Also talks about past lives, right? Because if you believe in past lives, and even if you don't, let's just use it for analogy purposes, that's where these gifts come from. They're the gifts you've mastered in previous lives. And I like using that, because what did I just talk about? Support from past efforts, past suffering. Some of you are really gonna like heal some past life stuff, like you're gonna close some past life karmic cycles and be rewarded for that. Look at you. I'm saying that. Like, if you believe in that, that's fine. If you don't, it's still fine. It does not hurt my feelings, but the story is still relevant, right? Like, treat it like a parable, like things you've done historically or suffered through historically. There's a call of things shifting to support you, right? And then you having skills and talents you've developed through past hardships as well. Like things being very easy for you because they used to be hard, and you had to grow and develop in a hard environment, hard situation, right? And now everything's just really easy. Not because it's easy, but because you've been through so much, or things have been so hard that it's like, in comparison, it's like, oh, this is a piece of cake, literally. Look at you. I love it. I'm so happy for this group. Look at you. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I did the first pile, it wasn't horrendous. Like, it was developmental, and I'll keep saying that because it was. I still was worried. I was like, ooh, if this is what we're doing, I'm not sure I want to keep doing these today. I don't know. Some of you, it's definitely going to be love-based though, because I split and I got that. And I don't say love-based as in that's the entirety of this pile. I feel like that's one of the things, because I see a variety of connections on the table. But that's one thing they wanted to make sure I emphasize to you. And look, your North Node is here. So yeah, tell me more about my pile number 3. My white peacock. The blessings are going to be revealed, good karma, positive surprises, and all of the things from my peacock spirit. Give me a card for that. Surrender to the divine. Okay, so this happened before, but we'll take it. It did happen before. Surrender to the divine. Ooh, you're gonna get something extra. You see that? This has been happening a lot. I don't know if it's like the same number of pile or how many of you are getting that, but you're gonna get one thing and be like, oh, that's nice, and then you're gonna get something extra. And I keep saying that, and look who's back. So we got North Node, South Node, right? Using your natural gifts and skills to get you ahead. Right, you're gonna be comfortable stepping out of your comfort zone, right? You're gonna be comfortable being uncomfortable, because you're gonna have so much comfort that changes are going to feel fun. They're going to feel exciting with this Five of Wands. Like differences are going to feel exciting because it's going to be like, well, you know what? I'm a little bored, right? When you're too comfortable, you get bored. So it's like, no, I have enough freedom now. I have enough stuff to do to where this is what I want to do. I want to chase my North Node. I want to be challenged because that's exciting. That's fun. And then you're going to surrender, right? A lot of these blessings that are coming in are going to be because you've surrendered to who you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to be. Can't be a peacock otherwise. You know what? I know I wanted to put that, but like I don't want to cover up the spirit guide that is actually the one we're reading because it wanted to be on the table, okay? And then look, expect powerful change. So lots of changes, okay? So like I said, if you feel like this is not necessarily where you are yet, you know, maybe go back to the Canary spirit because this feels like a picking up from like past trauma. And I don't, you know what I mean? It just takes a lot to get here, right? I'm just gonna leave it. It's fine. What else am I gonna do? I blinked when I started talking about the shadow, by the way. Like, I don't know. The shadow does not want to be here. Like, it exists. And it exists in a way for me to make sure you know you exist and not to ignore it if you feel like it's you. That's probably why the Canary came out, because go develop there and keep this because it's still you. Not that it's not you. It's just we all have a journey. We all have a lesson. And some of the people here seem to be stepping out of a lesson that you may be currently in or stepping into. Like, we all have our own path, especially when you think of like different ages and different cultures and different strengths and weaknesses. That's the axis of strengths and weaknesses. We all have different goals, right? And that's why it's like that. Doesn't make anyone better, right? Doesn't make anyone better. So I guess I'll pull one from this love deck, and then I will look, some exciting news is coming, okay? I'll pull one, and then because I want to get your advice and close it out. That's what I'll do. Because I feel like I'm getting like excited towards the end. I don't know what's going on. Like, I feel like I'm getting so excited that like I'm losing track of what I'm doing. But not because of the energy, because the energy is great. But personally, while I'm excited for the pile, like I'm a little bit neutral. Those of you with the shoulder, do what I said, okay? If you have the shoulder issues, get it looked at. Don't be ignoring it and all the things like that, because it stepped in. But I got a little excited for the pile, but the energy channeling through me was really excited, which lets me know it's a great energy coming through. So let me see. I'm going to pull this love deck and your advice and close it out, because the excitement was like, yeah, look at you. You know what? You're going to reclaim your power. You're going to regain faith. That's probably why I kept getting all of those like angels, because that's a religious symbol. Doesn't matter your religion. Again, it's a lot of you here with your variety of religions across a variety of places, right? Traditional and not. But you're going to restore your faith or strengthen your faith in whatever that is for you, okay? Because trust and believe that love is here to stay this time around. Don't let fear or doubt interfere. Trust the divine. That talks about your romantic connections, your professional connections, your friend connections, even where like there's like competitive energy. Doesn't have to be bad. Could be healthy competition in a stimulation base, right? Like, it doesn't have to be the worst thing, but it's saying that you can have faith in your connections, okay? You can have faith in your connections. And then we have communication, right? So a conversation is on the horizon. Someone is planning to reach out. Be ready to express yourself, and you're fine, right? Like, so have faith. There's some communication coming in. You got messages coming in, the best kinds of messages. So let me, that magical power here, which is that solar plexus energy of wielding it. Bumblebee of confidence. Oh yeah. This is some solar plexus healing, regardless of which side you're on, okay? Regardless of which side you're on, light or shadow, you need to do some solar plexus work, okay? Some solar plexus work. That's what you need to do. Okay, so I'm going to close it out. Give me my advice for my peacock spirit. There we go. All right. Wisdom. Use your wisdom. Acquire wisdom. Continue to chase wisdom, okay? That's what you need to do. And balance your emotions. I mentioned the solar plexus, right? Make sure you're working on that. Make sure you're working on that, okay? Because that's gonna help you. Because part of balancing your emotions is feeling powerful. It's hard to feel in control and power when your emotions are out of balance, right? And then you tend to have out of balance emotions because you're not feeling powerful, you're not feeling in control and all the things. So just work it out, work it out, work it out. This is your advice. Balance your emotions, gain wisdom, and all of the things, okay? So that is all I have for you today, my Peacock spirit. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pal, for my golden eagle, I'll get into the title. You know the title, you clicked it, but I'll still say it like I always do, and I'll get into those of you that are new. But I just want everybody to know we channel these messages. I'm cleansing the deck for the reading, my last one, which is the first one that I'll use. I split it, and look who's here. I have hummingbirds, I have flamingo spirits. So if you're coming from one or both of those, you are in your right place, right space, especially if you're coming from both. Like some of you may have been a flamingo and a hummingbird from this series, okay? Because that's been happening a lot where I keep getting it in the past, but I just wanted you to know. So I'll start cleansing and shuffling. But it does say embrace the in-between and be here now. So that could be a message for you, but I think the message was for you to know, like, that's where you should be going. Like if you need other messages, and if you've gotten those messages, it's confirmation that yes, you picked your right pile, since you didn't see either of those here, okay? So we're gonna look at your blessings to be revealed, any good karma, positive surprises, and I do sprinkle in that word luck. So for those of you that are new, along with channeling energy, I read past, present, as well as incoming energy, okay? I read from a polarity, which means there's a light and a shadow. You just have to find yourself in the lesson, in the journey, okay? So we got a good healthy shuffle. Let's see. Tell me what blessings are going to be revealed for my golden eagle. What blessings are going to be revealed for my gold? Oh, that's too many. I was like, oh no, that's way too many, right? Tell me. Give me one spirit animal to support my golden eagle. This and that are true. There's multiple sides, multiple perspectives of things, okay? It jumped, it hesitated, so I'm not going to let it give me 1 second. Okay, we have to pause for a second, so let me just get back into it. We'll look at, wait, what's this? Act as if. Okay, so we got the chameleon spirit, coyote spirit, but this guy is back, so that may very much so be your pile. You may be coming from the dove. Oh, this is my group that watches a lot of piles. I don't know what's gonna come out for this golden eagle. Maybe this is gonna be a great pile where everyone kind of evolves to it, because so far we got what, the hummingbird, the flamingo keeps coming, so definitely those of you that are coming from flamingo are going to end up here at some point. And then that dove spirit. So I don't know what's going on. And I did see the sandpiper. So be playful. I feel like it's gonna be a really great pile. So let me get to it. So tell me what blessings and what karma and all of the things are coming in for this group. Please give me my one card that's gonna, like, maybe that's why it's so hard to get the one, because I don't know that I've ever struggled this much to get the one card that needs to come out of this deck. Like, most of the cards that came out already that showed themselves are cards that we've done. So you're definitely closing a cycle. That's for sure. You're closing a cycle because we've already done those spirit guides. It's feeling like been there, done that, okay? So we've got the lion. Look at you. Be generous of spirit. You're going to feel very, very enriched soon, okay? Lion feels very powerful, right? Like, I don't know. It's not just powerful, it's also magnetic in spirit. Lay a solid foundation is here. So lay a solid foundation Be generous of spirit, facing the right side. Something about facing the right side, okay? So something about laying a solid foundation and then being very generous of spirit as a result. So I don't know what that's all about. We're going to pull from these other decks because it feels ominous in all of the things. So let me get my message here from my Magical Botanical Oracle. Come on, let's clarify this message for this golden eagle. So we've got an incoming energy of the mandrake. Okay. What's the book got to say? I can't believe all of those animals came out that we've done before. So mandrake guides us to walk the path of magic, the path of the witch, and seek the mystery of hidden and dark places, embracing who we really are. How are you using the magic you have? Okay, all right. I'm a magical creature capable of anything. So yeah, I mean, ooh, you know what? And don't get like lost in the conjure woo-woo message if that scares you, if that's not your religion, okay? Remember, treat these like parables where it needs to, okay? This is a group of being really powerful, really strong, being able to really create things, and it being like real. You know what I'm saying? So like from a woo-woo conjure, it's like, oh, you really have that power, right? Like you're really able to conjure up things and see it like happen, right? But in a physical perspective, it's like, okay, you have this spirit, you have this willpower, right? You have the tools, or you find them where you don't, and you just create a foundation where there's no choice but to see it through. There's no choice but to follow through, and you see results, right? Like everything about that combination says power, influence, and results. This is a pile of results. Like pile 4, that golden eagle gets it done. And not just halfway done, but done. Like that's the energy here. Okay, we've got Wormwood, which is number 30. I'll grab the book again so we can get a glimpse, and then we'll get some tarot and power through the rest of the deck. But it makes sense that this is a pile of mastery like that, because I mentioned like we saw all of the birds immediately. Like I was cleansing the deck, we split it, and I got 2 spirit animals that we've already done, right? It's actually 2 that I feel like I've closed. I think I'm done with the flamingo unless I start like seeing it again. But I know I closed that hummingbird, and then I closed the dove. So like just keep seeing things that close, right? And it says I purify myself from all toxic influences. Oh yeah. Okay, it says it appears when we need to purge and protect ourselves from toxic forces ranging from simple pests to more poisonous serpents in our life. And it tells us to put our energy in our boundaries and speak out when they're being crossed by others. Okay, look at you. I love this energy, because what did I talk about? Power. So you got one card that talks about the power of creating whatever you need, and you got another card that talks about the power of protection and the boundaries that you set. So you say your yes is a yes, your no is an absolutely not, and people know better than to ask twice. If this is not you currently, this is who you will be soon. This is someone that has boundaries, right? This is someone that is generous within balance, okay? This is someone that is protected. This is someone that is very strong, very powerful, physically, mentally, emotionally, and of great spirit. Okay, I know I sound so dramatic, but I'm telling you, someone that can create whatever they put their mind to, someone whose no means an absolutely not. Like this is someone that can be trusted, because again, the yes is yes, the no is no. If you don't feel like that's you, that's going to be you. I don't know how you get here, but this is going to be you. Okay, the no is an absolutely not. The no is a boundary. The no is protection, and it's not a no again that can be questioned or criticized, right? Because we talk about protection. So this is someone that's going to feel like this energy of you is someone that's going to feel very strong, very protected, very successful. Look at you. Let me pull these cards. You got the Lovers. I love that. I was little worried because I was really struggling to get the spirit animal card. Like I was like, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen. All of these random cards keep showing, but like nothing's actually coming out. That lovers is really wanting to be seen. So it could be partnership based. That could be a theme. Doesn't have to be romantic, but can be. Okay. So let me see. Blessings are going to be revealed. Good karma, surprises for my golden eagle. Balance. And I love seeing it with the pentacles, the two of pentacles. It talks about juggling things. This is like you're going to be able to handle anything that comes your way. I don't know that I've read the two of pentacles that way, but you'll be able to handle anything that comes your way. I'm telling you, strength, power, influence. Like this is a pile of I got it. Right? Like, and not in a toxic, overextending way, but in a no, I genuinely have it kind of way. Okay? Yeah, I got that two of confirmation. Oh, look at me. Look at me. Tell me more about this golden eagle, please. There we go. Look at you. Balance. Can handle anything comes your way, not overreacting. Temperance is a moderating energy. Your ability to moderate, your ability to like balance things out, not overreact, alchemize, create things, because that's what this card talks about is alchemy and creating things and balancing things out, right? And moderating energy, right? Not getting too high, not getting too low, just staying even keel in the best way, not in a boring, mundane way where things get stale, but in a I got this kind of way. And again, not in an overextending way, but in a genuinely being able to juggle whatever comes your way. Okay? I love that. I love this energy. Major arcana energy, okay? The temperance is ruled by Sagittarius, talks about growth, expansion, a broadened perspective, okay? So look at you. Look at you. So tell me more about this golden eagle. Ooh, that's a lot of. I can't. I'm sorry. We're just gonna take the bottom. I'm like, ooh, that's a lot because we've already got 4. 8 of Swords, Knight of Wands. Yeah. I like that these came out together because it talks about not holding yourself back, not being in your own way anymore. Because this is where you hold yourself back. This is self-sabotaging energy because it's like, oh, I can't, but like you can. You're just refusing to. And I don't mean it in a literal sense. I mean it in like, so she's blindfolded, right? And she's tied up, and they're like, you know, we need to free you, but really she does not need to be free. She can genuinely just take the blindfold off and walk off. She just like feels like she can or thinks she can't, right? That's the thing. And the Son of Wands is like is the realization that, oh, it's me. I'm stopping myself. I forgot. Like I can do whatever I want, right? And just really bulldozing through and just having the energy to just like be very active, because the Knight of Wands is one of the most active cards in a deck. It's like, let's get going. Okay. All right, let's see what's at the bottom. Hey, look, it's the Empress. I'm telling you. So this is like the female counterpart to the Emperor. So like to not be gender specific, like don't let the gender thing throw you off. I actually prefer this version coming out over the Emperor, because the Emperor is more known for like conquering, but the Empress, notice that the Empress is with child. The Empress is known for creation. It's ruled by Taurus, the sign of the second house, which is your assets, your self-worth, the things you value, that solid foundation that doesn't budge because it's a fixed earth sign. It talks about your money. So seeing the Empress here, even in a masculine sense, talks about the ultimate creation, right? Literally the creation of life in this depiction. So that's the type of power we talk about with this pile. Look at this eagle. Look at you. You know, this eagle ended up here. I almost put the hawk, but like I was like, I'm not really feeling the hawk. I thought about putting the hawk, I thought about putting the swan, and then I was like, no, 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 we're gonna roll with this eagle. Okay, and here we are. Look at you. Look at you. So let me pull from these astrology based oracle decks some deep healing coming in, that's for sure. Okay. Blessings will reveal, good karma, positive surprises. Yeah, more of that Sagittarius based energy that this Temperance card rules, right? Optimism, exploration, and what? Freedom. The ability to learn anything that you want, right? Scorpio talks about transitions. It says intensity, exposing, purging, renewing. It talks about inheritances. Does rule debts. It does rule debts, but and death itself, but changing and transitioning in a way that's necessary to become this person. That's what's coming in for you in the best way, okay? In the best way, in the best way, okay? The shadow side of this is the purge, right? So like basically the shadow side of this pile is the depth of the level of purge required to get here. So how far from this are you, right? The further you are, the more shadow like it's going to feel, right? That's the way it works, okay? But it's worth it because you become this, okay? You become that. I love it. I love it, okay? Like inherited, like I'm even hearing the word inherited benefits, like things that you like I don't know what that means. But I heard inherited benefits, like things that benefit you that like aren't necessarily by your own work, if that makes sense. I'm not sure where that applies for you guys, okay? So tell me more about this golden eagle. What blessings are going to be revealed? What's the good karma? The positive surprises. A new start is coming. Don't let the past hold you back. Okay, well, we'll take it because I don't know. I feel like I want to just wrap this pile up. I'm not going to lie. Something about it, it just feels like, okay, let's just get to it. A new start is coming. Don't let your past hold you back. Okay. Your dreams need a practical plan. Hey, look at you. Set healthy boundaries with the armadillo spirit. The armadillos are also very, very strong. And all of the cards do not face right. Something about facing right, okay? Showing slow and steady wins the race, so don't rush if you don't have to. But armadillo, we talked about boundaries and setting healthy boundaries, right? But laying this foundation, right? Your dreams need a practical plan. Lay a solid foundation. This is what's coming in. Something stable, something solid, something concrete. Again, Taurus energy, that Taurus Scorpio axis talks about debts, inheritances, and ultimate stability. It talks about stability. Okay? So let me put this here. Hey, it's funny because I didn't think I was done. I didn't feel like I was done, but I am. So I don't know. This is a weird. Okay, so some of you think you're done with something and you're not. And it could be the worst way, but it could also be the best. So I don't know what's going on, but I was like, hey, I have more decks, and I do not, unless I'm gonna pull a love one, and I don't feel like I need to for this. I don't feel like I need to for this specific pile. Okay. So what is that? Scorpio Taurus axis is going to be critical though. Okay, it definitely will. Taurus, Scorpio, full moon that happens during Scorpio season. Okay. But a new start is coming. Don't let your past hold you back. Lay a solid foundation. Your dreams need a practical plan. Okay? So let me just get your advice and close it out. I don't know what's going on, but you are protected. That's for sure. That's for sure. Maybe the point is to just like wrap it up and then get you to some of the other piles. Or maybe like some of the information that I would give you are messages you've already gotten in one of those piles that we kept getting at the beginning when I was struggling to get a card from that deck. Maybe that's what it is. So give me my advice for this group and we'll close it out. There we go. Look at you. You might be seeing lions. I love all the synchronicities that came out of this group. It's the lightest side of this pile feels like you're graduating from something, like an era of life. Look at you. It's the lion. Be generous of spirit. Be courageous. Be brave. Look at you. Be brave. Okay. Be courageous. Okay. You do have good luck coming in an elixir of life. But elixir of life talks about life being short and just doing the things that you need to and you want to enjoy it and be fulfilling. It talks about good health and wellness and just feeling really good and having a really positive outlook, right? Just feeling good every single day and just feeling very, very lucky. So that's your advice, is to just feel good, take care of your health, feel good, take care of your health, right? Enjoy life and be courageous, be brave, okay? So that is all I have for you today, pile number 4. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching.